Here are two unique transponder keys. This is the original. It is associated with the PATS system of the car. When you try to start the car, it works. This one is not associated with the PATS system. When you try to start the car, it does not work. We get the anti-theft light blinking. It just spins the starter. For this video, I'm going to go through the process of erasing all known keys from PATS and then associating both of my keys with the system. For this, I will be using FORScan, and I'll communicate with the car using this ELM327 Bluetooth OBD2 adapter, and you can tell by the color of the PCB, which is green in this case, that this is a inexpensive Chinese clone. This is where the adapter hooks up. We now put the key to run. Make sure Bluetooth on the computer is on. So we can see here that FORScan says there are 3 chip keys associated with PATS for this car. When I bought the car, I was only given 1 key, which means there are 2 other keys floating around in the world somewhere that can start my car. This process will disassociate all other keys and then reassociate both of my keys. So only my keys will start the car. After pressing OK on gaining timed security access, the car now says diagnostics mode. And now we wait. After some amount of minutes, we have been allowed access to the procedure to erase all known keys currently known to PATS. As stated, it is important to have 2 keys available to program after the procedure. My car, which is of 1999 vintage, is of the more modern PATS system, which requires 2 keys for your car to start. The initial earlier version of PATS only requires 1 key, but all subsequent and modern versions of PATS need at least 2 keys associated with the system for it to allow your car to start. There's a slight nuance. You can't do this with just 2 keys, they need to be 2 unique keys. Some hardware stores will do you the service of cloning the chip from your existing key onto a new key. However, that would not work in this case because the keys are clones of each other and PATS would see both of those keys as the same key. So it is important to have 2 unique keys with their own unique identifiers. Lucky me, I have 2 unique keys. One, two, It's now been at least 3 seconds from cycling the first key. We will now remove it and insert the second key within 5 seconds. FORScan now states, service procedure completed successfully. Let's now go back to PATS programming. number of keys stored. After power cycling the car, it now says there are 2 keys stored. So let's see what happens when we try to start the car. No flashing lights. This is with my original key. Let's now try with the Ilco H72. No flashing lights either. From this, I can conclude that this process was a success. Now, there's one more thing about FORScan which I would love to do on this car, which I'm having difficulty doing, which is using FORScan to configure the DSM or driver seat module to disable easy exit / easy entry, which is the feature that slides this driver's seat forwards and backwards when you remove or insert the key. On my town car, when I go under the list of configurable modules, DSM does not show up. I have asked for assistance on the FORScan forum, and these are the 2 choices that I've been suggested by the FORScan people. So if anybody has ever done this on their car, and they can, what's it say, provide me their as-built data, that would be awesome. Otherwise, I will just enjoy the feature. The rationale to try and disable easy exit in this car is because it wears out the seat motors, and there are people on the internet who have reported their seat motors dying faster than they would have liked, and you can presumably blame easy exit for accelerating the inevitable wear. That's not to say it is a useless feature. It is very useful if you are somebody with, say, arthritis or a non-pivoting knee, like if you have a solid rod replacing your knee. It is a very useful feature to assist in getting in or out of the car. I am fortunate to not require the feature to assist me in that way, and it would be nice to just disable it so it does not wear out my seat motors. Worst case, I do wear out the seat motors. The junkyard would sell me motors for $20-30, and I can easily swap the frame myself. Nevertheless, if anybody can assist me with this, that would be appreciated.